Hi, Atul. So,
Yeah.
we've been talking about something very cool, and I wanted to get this on camera. That's why we're sitting down today. You mentioned something about a critical thing that most businesses are missing completely regarding how they look at the code.
I mean, the developers, those who produce code these days, is it the most important artifact for any business?
Should not be, yeah, right? It should not be. Yeah.
Because we do a lot of hard work to generate and to bring in a lot of structured communication.
Mhm.
Structured communication, I mean, uh, we do a lot of hard work talking to users, finding their problem statement,
Mm.
and then translating that into user requirements. Then, using those requirement documents, we translate that into deliverable features. That is also a lot of hard work where we generate the feature lists, obviously using the AI models. This, but then later on, using those requirement documents, we translate that into code.
Mm.
And once the code is generated, we translate that into binary and then test it. We actually don't test the code; we test the outcome, right?
Mm.
But how do we generate code pages?
Prompt, give context, and it.
We do a lot of
Yeah.
coding, and then we give a lot of context,
Mm.
a lot of prompt, and then we generate the code.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, we discard all those prompts,
Mm.
which could be, I mean, an important artifact for any business, any company, uh, using which they could not just generate code, they could also generate a lot of other important stuff any business might need, like marketing material,
Mm.
uh, any sales pitch that they want to do with the investors, advertisements, podcasts, articles. So a lot of stuff could go around that if we, instead of version controlling the code that we generated and discarded the prompt, if we could version control the specifications that we generate, we talk to a lot of modules, and then we'll be able to discard it.
You're talking about a GitHub version of discussions and reasoning.
Exactly.
It's more or less like that.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we do a lot of discussions, a lot of reasoning from various perspectives.
Hmm.
From perspective like uh, technical specifications, so that becomes technical perspective. We take a lot of decisions from business perspective,
Hmm.
where we want to pitch our products, which market uh, this product belongs to. We do a lot of discussions from the legal perspective as well, which is not present in the code. If we did all these discussions and generated the code and discarded it, you would lose a lot of information,
Hmm.
which we did a lot of hard work to generate.
Why do you think it's missing? Why do you think that the code that people are running behind to do version control? Because GitHub serves as a repository. It has all the versions that you pushed out. Why is that the norm at the moment? Why do you think that's happening?
I think that's happening because the context window of the AI models these days is not so huge, where we could give all those specifications that we are talking about. We definitely give in chunks, but then giving the whole context of a product, a business, is still a challenge. And the buzz in the market these days is that as soon as GPT-5 comes out, we would have those features coming as well.
Do you feel like people would be comfortable putting out the reasoning behind decisions they took as a database?
I think it will be really useful, and it will be required for any business, any company, because uh, say what it does is like it makes onboarding any team member into the
Correct.
into the scene of the business. It becomes very easier for them to onboard. Say if you have to onboard any marketeer and you give them the code, because you're version controlling the code. Right now, it is the important artifact,
Right.
which is being maintained.
Hmm.
Is it going to help the marketeer
No.
understand what business is?
No.
If we give the document, if we give the whole specification and context, it will be
It
easier
will
for
be
them
easy,
to
yeah.
onboard.
Hmm.
So onboarding any kind of people it becomes easier.
I'm also looking at it like, a history of how a decision was reached. Correct? That's also a reasoning behind
That's
what
also
you're
the
thinking.
reasoning behind that.
Okay.
And say, for example, if we have a situation where we took a decision from legal perspective to not integrate, say, for example, Stripe into our product. The code doesn't reflect that, why that decision was taken. Code will tell you that, yeah, Stripe is integrated, but why did we integrate Stripe into our product? Code is not going to tell us. But these specifications are going to tell us.
Can you differentiate what you are talking about with something like, a minutes of a meeting kind of a situation? Because that's also a documentation of decision. But again, I've used a lot of minute taking tools and none of them are consolidated. That's one drawback. Can you tell me how that is different, or what you are talking about is different from that?
So what I'm talking about, I mean, if you are talking about, say, something like Granula, which generates the minutes of meeting, but here I'm talking about the comprehensive document that we generate.
Understood.
Granula takes in the input from the meeting, and then it summarizes the meeting.
Right.
But here I'm talking about the whole discussion that we did.
The decision, each and every step, why we did it, how we reached this conclusion.
Exactly.
As documentation of why this code was shipped.
Correct.
All right. Awesome.
Why, what, how, everything.
Everything.
Everything is mentioned there. Right. And that becomes the knowledge base for the business.
All right.
And that can be used to.
Are you working on something similar?
Right now, I am actually building a product where if we have this document available, we could generate these.
So this is a pain point for you.
This is the pain point for me right now. Because I realized I'm generating a lot of code, but at the end of the day, all of the discussions, all of the hard work I did to generate the specifications is going into trash. Although I have the generated code,
but you are that documentation now for that purpose.
Probably you can survive.
All right.
So let's see. Let's hope that it comes as soon as GPT-5 comes out. So I'm eagerly waiting for that.
I hope it comes soon also. This sounds interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.